Hello everybody and welcome to Rising Phoenix. Today we are here, Season 5, Round 1 at Austria. I was about to say Australia. Oops. I'm your host, as per usual, Hyperwars Kun, and today, as you can see, we're getting ready for a good little race. This is F1, we're going to have 20 drivers all battling out. Unfortunately only 19 are in the lobby right now, as one's just joined. But yeah. Apologies for the stream being a little bit late. Unfortunately, the driver was already out before we could get this going. And as per usual, we are sponsored by Bees Knees Tees. Please feel free to go to our Twitter account, which is at RP Racing League, and go just look on their shop. We've got it linked in our bio. I've also seen to have a message. Oh, look at that! It's the live stream going live. That's cool and all. Anyway, welcome to everyone in the chat today. As per usual, I am alone, but I'm not alone if you lot with me. So let's keep today's race up and running. And hopefully we can have a good little time. Let me just get onto the stream to read any comments we get. Obviously a few drivers have set their laps so far. So Legend is in the lead, followed by D Spreen, then Sticky Bomb, Headwedge, Conal, Buttons back, Tajovi, Cassix, and Chaos. Lyronix has also just put in his time. Ryan Kai has done through an invalid lap time. Don't know if he's going for another one or not. I think he may be. Hello, Donald, and you're an F2. Bugger off. You bugger off, you're an F2. You're not allowed to be an F1. Get off, get lost. Actually, don't you worry. You'll be able to see them here, or you'll be able to see them in F2. You just have to wait a little bit longer because F2 starts a little bit later. Now anyway, I might as well welcome some of our new drivers before anything, so I want to give a warm welcome to D Spreen, Headwedge, Lyronix, XL Neo, Ryan Kai. Well, that's it. Just welcome to those guys, because yeah, nice to see some new guys in the league, you know, having a fun time. Anyway, don't know if there's anything else I was supposed to talk about here, as Deadwood Bear comes through an invalid lap, which is unfortunate. I will just check Discord to make sure I've got everything 100% up and running. I'll be switching through the F1 chat and Discord, sorry, the stream chat and the Discord chat. So yeah, as Bazooka Joe will come across the line with a 104.2. So far, everyone very, very close in times. In fact, the top 11, apart from Chaos, are all set, have all set pretty decent times so far. Now, see, it is quite hot today, so I'll remind all the drivers and anyone who's watching as well to make sure you have a bottle of water with you, preferably nice and cold, like mine was about half an hour ago. And yeah, as XLNO did put himself on pole for 1.2.9. A very good time from him. Deadwood Bear for 1.5.2. See, Funky with not the best of laps. TRT James coming for the final corner. And he's going to land himself a time 103.5. I mean, so far, everyone is super close. Apart from T-Funky, but you know, that's normal. As TRT James and Vapor Shay both set pretty decent lap times so far. Anyway, unfortunately, as TKM King isn't here today either, TRT James, who's only reserving for the first few rounds, has actually taken his seat alongside Shay. So two good friends in the same team. But yeah, so as I said, just make sure to drink water and keep yourself as cool as possible. Luckily for me, I've got 3 windows open in this room, and it's normally quite cold anyway, but even so, just make sure you're not sweating buckets. I know some people do like sitting in their racing seats with, you know, it's made of full leather. But yeah, it's just a little reminder for everyone. As T-Funky did improve to a 104.3. We're just watching Anton Bennett crash into a wall, as we can see. Anton Bennett with the best lap time. So, oh no, never mind, it's invalidated. As I believe Lyronics just improved his time as well to a 103 dead on as well. Which means if you actually look at not just the fastest lap, but gap to leader, everyone up to, you know, well, basically everyone's within 1.3 seconds apart from Deadwood Bear, who is on the soft tyre. I mean, that is just honestly outstanding. Excuse the motorway. And Deadwood Bear's even going out the pits himself now. This could be interesting. This could be very interesting indeed. Anyway, T-Funky. Currently, unsure if it's on a lap, but it looks like he may well be. There seems to be a yellow flag as well. Hello, Jordan. Welcome to the stream. It's all wide there. It was 104.1. The time on my right hand side was incorrect. As Anton Bennett, currently in sector 3 at the moment. Sector 2, sorry. How am I getting sector 2 and 3? I meant just after turn 3. It's been a while since I've commentated properly. And in the top division of the league as well. And obviously I said that last week, but Rising Phoenix is my only league, so gotta get used to it. Because if there's, well, 20 drivers that are going to turn up every week, then, you know, I've got to be prepared. As Anton has made his way into the pits. As you can see, Flex Marcel also coming out for his lap. So he's one of the last few people to have actually set a lap yet today. It'll be interesting to see what the Red Bull driver does. Obviously, as we know, Flex was quite far up last year in the table, just like many of the drivers at the top of the moment. Very, very interesting to see where he'll fit in this current group of guys. Obviously, we know times are going to be a lot closer together considering the lap time is so small in comparison to, you know, tracks like Belgium. As Flex Marcel behind his teammate Lyronics with a 103.2, sorry. And actually, Cassix has done very well for himself there for his lap time, which currently puts him into 3rd place. But what we need to know is who's going to get into that top 10 position. It seems that everyone's gone out on the softs. So it is just a pure race to see who can get into the top 10. Obviously, the top 10 isn't exactly the place to be, but you want to be as high up as possible. While at the same time, you also want to be as close to... You kind of want fresh tyres if you're in 11th. So if you know you can't get top 10, then aim for 11th. It's what I will always say to people. Anyway, currently watching Conal on his lap. It's looking good so far. The Irishman, obviously, in the Williams. He's going to come across the line here for a 103.8, which isn't a massive improvement, but it still gets him very, very close. Now he's in a second of the leader as well. Everyone is doing very well for themselves here today. I'm actually very, very impressed. I'm trying not to pause in my commentary here, but obviously it is just qualifying at the moment. You can see Chaos and Legend here, both just in the middle of the track, surprisingly with each other. Chaos may probably be using Legend as a slipstream thing, I guess you could say. We're using him for slipstream. However, Legend is going to come through with a lap time of a 1:3.0. It's just slower than his last lap time. It's actually Chaos did go back into the pits. Anton Bennett's still the last man yet to set a lap. Here he goes. It's going to be a 1:3.9, and that puts him into 16th. So currently the top 16 all within a second of the leader. I'm unsure if I think Devil Bear may have just got another invalid lap. Too Funky just starting his lap though. Let's see if our man, currently in 17th position, can go and take the fight all the way up the field. See, at the moment, not doing the best in 17th, but still there's so much time to, really fight for these laps. Unlike a track like Belgium, you can definitely say Austria you can get almost 2 laps out of by the time you've done 1 in Belgium. So it's really just about pushing your car as fast as you can and as close to the pure limit as you can. As T-Funky's actually been beaten here. And even though he just improved by a 10th, he's still been beaten by Bazooka Joe, who's now in 12th position. Whilst his teammate currently sits nice and tight in first. Anyway, currently Sticky Bomb has retired. Sticky Bomb the first person out so far. Nonetheless, he may still be able to get into the top 10. TRT James confirming he is not going to be on the top 10. As Bazooka Joe has also retired. Chaos on for a lap here. This with a lock up, just overtaking his teammate. Honestly, he's going to try his best. You want those top 10 positions. And you want them badly. I mean, heck, I want them. And not only if I'm racing. Yeah, I want to be in the top 10. Just a quick read of the comments. And, yeah, turn 1, bit of a bad thing. Ooh, Chaos, a 103.1. Dead on as well. That's actually put him right in front of D-Spring. But yeah, again, turn 1, Not the most liked turn, but as long as drivers are sensible, it's all good. So I believe I have the quali glitch, which means give about another 30 something seconds, and we should be seeing people just finishing their laps completely. And the fight for first place could go right down to the wire here. Neo still able to improve his time, but yet so many others could improve theirs as well. I mean, Kasich did just improve to second place. We're currently watching Flex Marcel, who is in 7th. As he has come through, that is him finished in 7th. Vapor Shea has gone 8th. Ryan Kai has retired. T Funky's also retired, currently in 18th. Legend does confirm his 3rd place. Watching Head Wedge, and he has not improved on a position. Conal's confirmed 14th. Waiting for Buttons back to come through and confirm 15th. Lyronics taking the pole though. The last second. Can Neo stop this? Or D-Spreen come and even stop this himself? Can he get that one? Oh, it's a 103.02. And I actually believe it was invalid. But still. XL Neo, the last man to come and set. Oh no, he's done in the pits. Okay. As Deadwood Bear did improve on his time to a 103.9. Now, Tajovi, could you retire, please? I want to be able to go run through this order quickly. Like, real quick. Because I want to put my t-shirt back on. I could just run through the order now, but you know, that's no fun. I'd rather be able to look at these lap times and see, goddamn, everyone's within 1.1 seconds. Well, I can tell you that anyway, because they are. I don't think I've seen a tighter league. Even at Austria, that is still very, very tight. That is... So Lyronics is in first, followed by Neo, Kasich, and Legend, all under a tenth of a second. Then Chaos, Spreen, Marcel, Vaporshake, and Headwedge within 5/10. Well, not Headwedge within 5/10. Then Headwedge to Dvory, or TJ, Sticky Bomb, TRT James, Bazooka Joe, Anton Bennett, Conal, Buttons back, and Ryan Kai all within a second, and just over a second with Deadwood Bear and T Funky. I mean, wow. There are drivers like Anton Bennett who, you know, you'd think they're going to win, but he's all the way down there. Like, wow. And we don't even need to... And also, Beaverman has also joined, so he's going to be in 20th. Now, the only way this race will be ruined is if it's raining. And speak of the devil, I was about to speak of the devil and see it raining, but it wasn't, which, well, maybe it is, I can't tell. As F2's live stream does seem to be up. As I'm just going to give someone a GB2 driver role in Discord because their Discord keeps fucking them up. I like that. And look at the F1 chat. I mean, wow. Raining the race, apparently. And I don't care about the pit stop strategy because apparently there's going to be rain. But anyway, we're going to look at the tyres. Because, like people need to know. Basically, everyone up to 11th is on softs. Then everyone down to 16th is on mediums. And following that, 17th to 20th are on softs. Wow. Just wow. One last quick reminder to drivers, be careful into turn 1 please, and turn 2, and 3, and 4, and basically every corner, but especially careful in the first few. I know what some people are at with starts. I don't want to predict who wins this, because it could go to absolutely anyone. So we had a brilliant race in pre-season between Legend and Neo. And currently the Mercedes are looking pretty good. So both the Red Bulls too. Ferrari unfortunately looking a bit mid-pack at the moment, but you know, I think we just have it on realistic performance. You know, that's a problem. I forgot to put it back onto normal. No, not really. It is on equal. And if it wasn't, then yeah, things would be bad. And if it wasn't, then, like, seriously, the Ferraris are super underperforming. But nonetheless, wait for the last few drivers to line up on the grid. Oh dear God. Here we are, 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix, round 1 of Rising Phoenix, season 5. And away they will eventually go. Oh, Kasich has jumped the start here. That's instantly bad. Lyronix has got through. Legend into second. There's no contact. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. That's Bazooka Joe. Bazooka Joe, D-Spreen and T-Funky. Oh no, T-Funky survived. It was D-Spreen who lost it all. And a few drivers actually have lost it all too. Whatever the hell his name is, Beaverman, has just, well, been hit. I believe at least. So I don't care about the pit stop strategies. And quite a few people are overtaking in the middle of the pack. Obviously, everyone's super close to each other. They're not going to cover all the moves, but at the moment, we can see the Alpha of Tajori on Conal. Now I'm going to keep an eye on the F1 chat at the same time as having the other eye on this, as what has happened to Ryan Kai. He is now at the back. Lyronix has just set the fastest lap of the race, followed by Legend, then Neo, and then Kasich and Chaos, and I think there's been another bit of contact as Bazooka Joe and Beaverman both fighting for the last few positions here in this race. Obviously TRC James into the pits and back out. Ryan Kai staying alive though. Legend has been overtaken by Neo, sorry. Oh, and that was a bit of a dive from Kasich, but he's survived it. Predicted pit stops go away. I want to see the action. There's 4 drivers here, all in their own little cluster, as Legend's lost so many positions. Oh no, what has happened to Legend here? He's ended up on the grass, and that is him down to 18th. Chaos has also ended up going into the pits and driving on the wrong pit lane part. I don't think that's supposed to happen. What's even worse is I'm pretty sure Chaos's teammate Legend is also going to need that. But as we can see, there are a few gaps forming as there's going to be a massive dive bomb from Deadwood Bear, who's come all the way from 18th place and is now up into 5th. This man, give him a medal. Sticky Bomb fighting with Anton Bennett. Flex Marcel's overtaking Kasich, as Anton up the inside of Sticky Bomb. The Williams versus the Ferrari, and unfortunately Legend has retired into the pits. It's not been the best start for his season. Don't know if it's going to be able to continue that way. Very unfortunate for the guy. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but nonetheless, Anton Manic going wide. Kasich has just been disqualified for ignoring his drive-through. Oh, and there's a spin there as well. It's Sticky Bomb. So both Kasich and Legend out of this race already. As we see, there's a back three battle here of people who've gone, who may have had spins. As Sticky Bomb has also left the session. However, I'm not sure if that was him choosing to leave or if that was his internet. I'm just going to invite him back, so apologies to most of you. Sticky Bomb, there you go. Oh, basically Legend's overtake button got stuck and he basically got fucked. That's in simple terms. But damn. Vapor over time penalty. I don't know how that's going to affect today's race, but at the moment it looks like any little thing can affect today's race. And the gap between the top three, all just under 2 seconds. D-Spreen a little bit, well, over time penalty as well. Currently though, his teammate, Brian Kai, just a little bit further down than him. Just a bit. So watching Vapor Shares, he's looking at the back of Deadwood Bear. Ryan Kai currently dealing himself a 3-second time penalty. So I'm pretty sure Chaos has made a very risky stop, going to the hards. However, that could play out if there's rain today. Now, I don't want to put my money on it because I'm not a betting man, but I think there could be rain. And Kasich, if you're watching this, don't jump off the roof and oh my gosh, what's happened to Button's back? Ooh, Button's back's actually ended up all the way down here. Not sure if he's lost a wing or not, or it might have just been a spin. And note his front wing looks completely fine. Don't know if Sticky Bomb was just messaging to say what's happened. As Conal and Beaverman having a little scrap. Oh, and that's a dive and a half. But he was there, he was fair. As now it's a 3-second time penalty as well. And the top three have got away from the rest of the pack. Deadwood Bear with Vaporshea and Headwedge both close behind. As one of those three cars just went miles wide. T-Funky's on the back of Tajvori, or TJ. Both the teammates here looking to get something, and I see the rain. Don't know if anyone else can, but I see the rain. Or whatever there was of it, as Headwedge is overtaking Vaporshea. DRS is activated, and D-Spreen, he's going to get this. There is no way T-Funky's able to defend that, as D-Spreen has made his move up into 11th place and is now looking at his teammate. As Beaverman looking to get one on Anton. Anton closes the door just slightly. However, it's still not enough to make, to force him out. He's fine. Looking slightly back, we can see there's a little gap forming between Button and Bazooka Joe. At the moment, the Sticky Bomb has rejoined. Beaverman with a 3-second time penalty. Some drivers have got their lights on, showing that there is rain. Or there is at least small signs of it. As D-Spreen's overtaken TJ. Shay looking at the back of Headwedge, not going to have to make a move here, possibly could into the next one though. However, Headwedge may actually be looking at Deadwood Bear as, ooh, Ryan Carr's retired in Sector 3. And there's a safety car. This is the perfect time for almost anyone, really. Because the leaders can now go in, get a free pit stop onto the Inters, if they so wish. However, I'm wondering, are they going to do that? Sticky almost has a chance to get back in now. But anyway, Lyronix is in, or Neo is in, Marcel is in, Deadwood Bear not coming in, so he's going to stay out and hope that he can retain the lead, whilst everyone else has gone on to the Inters here. Headwedge also staying out, Shay staying with them too. As Chaos is a driver penalty for speeding under safety car. Lyronix will be behind Beaverman, as I don't know how Too Funky and James have just hit each other, but apparently they have, as Chaos is staying out himself on his tyres. It's only been 9 laps and apparently James has been on his for 12. That makes sense. Oh, James is retired as well. So a few wing changes at the back here. Some people choosing to go onto different tyres. So Anton, no, he can't just get on those tyres. Yeah, I was about to say, there's no way Anton's... This is that one he was on the medium... What? This game is messed up. Basically, I know the stops are correct, but everyone within the top 7 except Ironix and Mate have not made a stop yet. Just their tyre thing's completely wrong. And it's glitched. What a surprise. Something from Cody's that's glitched. But as it stands, almost a third of the way through the race, Deadwood Bear leads, Headwedge second, Shay third, Anton Bennett fourth, Lyronix in fifth, Beaverman in sixth, Conal in seventh, Neo in eighth, Marcel in ninth, D-Spreen in 10th, Chaos in 11th, TJ in 12th, Buttons back in... Oh, no, Buttons back not in 13th, Sticky Bomb in 13th, Bazooka Joe in 14th, Buttons back in 15th, and Too Funky in 16th. Looks like this may be the way it stays until the safety car restart. However, what we'll have to work out is this rain going to be heavy enough to warrant new tyres? See, so there are people on the Inters at the moment. Now, the safest way they can survive is if they go back onto the soft slope this lap. That's basically their survive tactic. Because next lap the safety car will be in, and with that they won't have a chance to get a free pit stop basically. And as it seems, the rain, there isn't any rain at the moment. So the guys on the Inters, oh, there's rain here, but there's just none further up from what I can see. And Chaos has chosen to go into the pits. Buttons back also obviously going in due to the wing. However, Too Funky will probably come and overtake both of them? Yeah, it will look like it'll be both of them. I mean, I don't know how the soft tyres are going to last, but someone like Anton and Conal, they should last, in theory, if there's rain. Obviously, as we've been able to see, there's a bit of rain, but nothing too special. I don't know how Sticky Bones somehow made contact with someone who's about a year behind. In front, sorry. Safety car will be in this lap, which means Deadwood Bear has the chance to slow the pack up a bit. Obviously, him and Headwedge fought quite close in pre-season for F2. Obviously, F2 is different to F1, but it's good to see both of them actually at the front at the moment. Most drivers are back with the pack. Conal has had a big boo-boo and is now in 15th. And we are racing once again. Deadwood Bear leads, followed by Headwedge, but how close is this? Headwedge looking to make a move into turn 1, not going to be able to make one. But Deadwood Bear has run a little bit wide. I'm surprised there haven't been... Oh no, Deadwood Bear has been overtaken. Vaporshade also overtaken, and wow. The Ferraris from the back are basically doing bits. Beaverman really pressuring on the back of Ironics. Flex Marcel's overtaken D-Spring. Sticky Bomb has also overtaken Tajori, or TJ. And from at the moment, I think, oh, TJ there, not the most sensible option. I will admit. Deadwood Bear does look like his tyres are wearing out. It may be a possibility that the soft guys have to pit in very, very soon. But Anton making a move up the inside, and there he goes. Completely done Headwedge, who does end up going into the pits anyway. So on into the lead, Anton second, Shay third, and oh my gosh, what's happened to Chaos? He's just had a madness. Sticky Bomb also pitting, meaning the Ferrari's lead, followed by a McLaren, followed by a Haas, then a McLaren, then an overly enthusiastic Red Bull. I'm actually not sure which tyres are better at the moment, if it maybe the softs or the inters. But at the moment, Neo and Lyronics both fighting really hard. Vaporshade not looking too great. He probably will be thinking he needs to go in the pits of this lap. Because at the moment, everyone is just on his rear. I'm sorry to say it, but Shay is being fucked more than a porn star. Heck, he probably is the next big porn star. He's getting fucked that much. Oh, and Anton Bennett's had an oopsie. Beaverman also pitting, which means Deadwood Bear is the last guy out on the decent tyres. Wow. It's a virtual safety car as well, meaning Deadwood Bear in theory can get further away from the guys behind. I mean, I think there's going to be no DRS, and Deadwood Bear at the moment is kind of fucked. Sticky Bomb's just made his way back into 14th. Chaos has also retired along with Anton. Today's just not been his race. And a virtual safety car looks like it may be about to end here, or just drivers are getting a free little push. But Deadwood Bear, oh no, Deadwood Bear's been more or less screwed over. If that had lasted a little bit longer, he would have gained more positions. Well, he wouldn't have lost so many positions, but him and Bazooka Joe, I don't think there's any chance of coming back from this. As it looks like the front three are Lyronix, Neo, Flex Marcel, D Spreen, and Tajori, followed by Conal, who's weirdly on some mediums. Don't ask. Just not ask, and it won't bother us again. Vapor also on hards. I've got to say fair play. Fair play, but no. That's not how this is supposed to go. Colonel's having a hard time at the moment. Obviously being on those mediums. I think Vapor may be caught by Sticky Bomb within the near future. Anyway. Yep, there we go. I think Shea spun it. But he's been easily caught. Beaverman been overtaken by Deadwood Bear. It seems to be a four-place fight, it seems, as Conal looks to be the man everyone's fighting with. Oh, Head Wedge and Deadwood Bear, both of them really fighting hard here. And there we go, Deadwood Bear overtakes Conal for what is 9th position. Conal down to 10th, and don't know if he's going to be happy about this. And now Bazooka Joe's on the back of him, and this could have been a woeful strategy call from the Irishman. And I'm surprised, I'm very surprised that his the guys on the sidelines didn't tell him to do a different strategy. But then again, they might be drunk. You never know. And you must be to put on mediums when it's clearly intermediate weather. Maybe we just misheard them and said mediums. You never know. Anyway, D-Spreen looking close to Flex Marcel here. Could have a crack within the next few laps. Just needs to be wary of anyone possibly behind catching up. As Buttons Back has closed in on Sticky Bomb once again. Nothing really happening currently, but Sticky Bomb has lost a position to Conal. Oh, no, he's also lost a position to the wall there too. I think he just seems to be fighting his car. Deadwood Bear also in and out of the pits very quickly here for a fresh pair of inters. We currently are seeing some gaps form. Probably the biggest one being T-Funky being just under 10 seconds away from his teammate. So as Buttons Back almost being 10 seconds away from Bazooka Joe. As we're halfway through today's race. And I think the winner is going to be one of these top four at this moment in time. However, one safety car can change that all. And heck, we don't even need a safety car. If a top four crash, and you know, it's anyone's game. Oh, there is Christian Horner. Well, we're a very happy man to see a Red Bull first and third at the moment. Obviously the one in third is being pressured a bit by a Racing Point, but as we know they got fined for some brake ducts. So their points are going to get halved. Obviously that's a joke, you know, we're not actually going to halve their points. It's not realistic. Hedgewedge 1 second behind Beaverman here. Currently the man in the Haas. Hedgewedge being the only AlphaTauri still left alive after Kasich got disqualified. Unfortunately, there's not really many stats to tell you about the grid at the moment, because we can't really say, you know, previous races, because there hasn't been any. The heck? most of the guys who have ended up being out are guys who have been here last season as well. Minus Ryan Kaya. But, you know, things happen. Anyway, as for fastest lap, at this rate, it's going to TRC James, which I find hilarious, because he's out. So unless we get a massive dry period at the end, TRC James is going to get a point. Which is probably going to annoy the guys who have fought super hard and that one guy who gets 11th. As Conal picks up a 3-second time penalty. Head wedge is not closing at all. He's been about that ways off for quite a few laps now. D-Screen on the other hand, trying his best to get on the back of Marcel. Obviously in front of Marcel is Neo and Lyronix. Actually, see, I believe out of the front four, 3 Germans and 1 Dutchman. We're being overrun by the Dutch. Oh no. The League Racing community, please get triggered in the comments. Anyway, just going to go and check the stream, see if we've had any new people join today. No, unfortunately not. We are on lap 20 as Conal has entered the pits, which means 17 laps to go. Conal retiring from today's race. Unfortunately, Austria in the wet, not many people's favourite track. And it's better than Monaco in the dry. Just saying. A yellow flag in at the first sector. I think that might just be Deadwood Bear. It's someone moving out of the way. No, it wasn't. Oh no, it's Conal's car. Fuck's sake, Conal. It's not actually Conal's fault. He couldn't do much about that. However, D-Spring has got a brilliant run here. Obviously, it's overtake mix. Well, ready and raring to go. I was really getting screwed over by my arse there. And I'm supposed to be a commentator. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make that stick. Moving on a little bit further down, we can see Beaverman, really just rimming at the back of T-Funky here. I meant ramming, not rimming. Oh my gosh, that can be taken so out of context. Head wedge behind, not able to make a move so far. Oh, and the dive bomb. The dive bomb of dreams from Beaverman. He left the space as well. But T-Funky tried his best to close that door. Beaverman up into 6th position. And D-Spring has also chosen to go into the pits. Probably... Could this be for hards? Not hards, full wets. And is it full wet conditions as head wedges are also overtaking T-Funky here? Looking rather slow at the moment. No, it is for a fresh set of inters. T-Funky completely ignoring the pit lane. Well done. But D-Spring will be out, luckily in front of the battle of Beaverman and head wedge. And now to Javovic. TJ will take 4th position. T-Funky into the pits, no wing change. And it looks like everyone seems to be going for a pit stop here. Deadwood Bear will take all of them, I believe, apart from T-Funky. So that's Deadwood Bear now up into the top 10. Meanwhile, our same little battle here continues as head wedge really tries to get on to the back of the Haas. At the moment, I also think we only have three teams left in this race, with both of their teammates still alive, being the Red Bulls, the Renaults, and the Alphas. Oh, and the Haas as well, so 4 teams in all fairness. As TJ gets a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. Those are going to add up in the end, as it looks like Head Wedge has lost. Had used up too much overtake there. Flex Marcel was out behind D-Spring, so D-Spring really did well getting past. As TJ has gone on to wets, as well as Button and Sticky. Head Wedge looking for the move up the inside. It was clean, it's fair. He's given the run back. So both of them are going to go for a straight... Wow. It's not even a DRS fight, it's just a fight down the straight. Oh, neither of them braking late either. They were both smart enough and really pushed their cars to the edge there, but Beaverman just getting it through. Neo into the pits too. D-Spring will hope that his stop really helped him and gave him that advantage he needs. Obviously, Deadwood Bear is closing in on T-Funky. D-Spring doesn't look like he's close enough. Neo able to get back to racing speeds, and he's still in front of the racing point. As it looks like both of them just went into the pits. T-Funky and Deadwood also fighting through this last sector. Deadwood having a brilliant run up the inside as he moved in to 9th position. TJ able to get out. Ooh! I don't know if Beaverman just took damage from that. I hope he did not. But Head Wedge able to beat him out of the pits. As we have a yellow flag in the last sector, and that is Sticky Bomb, who's retired on the way to the pits. And give me a sec, guys. My apologies about that, my sister just fell out of bed. So, the loving, caring brother I am. Put her back in it. But anyway, so, virtual safety car has allowed D-Spring to go in for another pit stop. Flex gets a drive through for the speedy under virtual safety car. Bazooka Joe into the pits, and it does look like it's full wets. Lyronics did pit onto the wets, as well as Neo. TJ's basically been lucky in all of this, and has really now gained up to D-Spring. As Beaverman and Head Wedge are still fighting. How on earth are these two still going at it? Like Hammer and Blimmin' Tong. Bazooka Joe will end up behind them. Deadwood Bear will most likely be behind Button's back. And T-Funky will be 11th. So Sticky Bomb's retirement did cause that virtual safety car. But Lyronics now with a massive lead to Neo behind him. Bazooka Joe, the only man at the moment who's able to look behind a battle, and he's actually part of one now, as Flex Marcel has gone into the pits to serve his drive-through. Will he end up behind D-Spring? As we can see on the minimap, Flex is there, D-Spring down at the main street. I actually think they've made Flex stop. I mean, maybe, I'm not sure. I hope they didn't just make Flex stop. It looked like he did, and he's ended up behind D-Spring and TJ. Bazooka Joe looking for a move on Head Wedge, but he's not budging. Yeah, he didn't make a stop, but I think the guys on the intermediates are really screwed at the moment. The wets do just seem a hell of a lot better. As we can see, Headwedge losing out to Bazooka Joe. Button's back trying his best to get back on them. But yeah, it looks like it's heavy rain. And the spray from the cars even confirms that, as Neo going into the pits here. For hopefully the last time in this race. 9 laps left to go. The Renault coming back out. D-Spreen just over a pit support. And ooh, this could be close. We can see Neo here on our right hand side. D-Spreen, who has his tyres legends left after this manic race, and he's probably been enjoying this, but D-Spreen and Neo are now fighting side by side. Flex Marcel into the pits. This is the epic battle for second place. Lyronix was really able just to push away Juice in that virtual safety car. That has helped him so much. It's now the battle here for second. Neo versus D-Spreen. The Dutch versus the Germans. The German. I actually don't know who's going to come out this battle on top. Because at the moment it does look like Neo could have an advantage. And he's got a hell of a lot more ERS to use. And down these straights that is very useful. At the same time, Bazooka Joe closing in on Beaverman. Headwedge still on the inters too, which means Flex Marcel could have a very good time, and oh, this could be it. But T-Funky is ghosted, so I don't think he'll be much of an issue. As Headwedge gets a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, they're just going to go through T-Funky. Luckily that's actually working this year. As Flex Marcel has overtaken Headwedge. Neo close, have a no cigar. Headwedge into the pits. Buttons back staying out. Deadwood Bear also choosing to stay out. Which means Deadwood Bear will get the position. There's no doubt it's wets, it's just wow, people aren't using the wets. Can't see that Bazooka Joe looking really confident so far. At the moment he's looking like one of the drivers to be put on my driver of the day, because he is just wow, he's blown me away how good his race has been. And obviously we don't really need to see tyres, but just look at position changes. I mean, Beaverman, yeah, he's up 15, and also another one to go for driver of the day. Like, I could give so many drivers today full driver of the day. Bazooka Joe, brilliantly. Deadwood Bear, done brilliant. Beaverman, brilliant. Lyronix used what he's had to his advantage and kept his lead, brilliant. D-Spreen, brilliant. I mean, there's so many drivers who I could put in driver of the day, it's actually amazing. I mean, just wow. As he goes flying sector 3, it's Buttons back. Buttons back is out and there's a safety car. Oh no. Okay. So Lyronix's pit. Which means every battle so far means jack shit. It means absolutely nothing. Buttons now actually, which means it's just the top 10 to fight. So we've lost half the grid. I mean, one guy to a disqualification, but I don't know how the rest of DNF today. Austria in the wet is just lethal. But Lyronix will be first. Neo second. D-Spring going to the pits with TJ. D-Spring? What? What? It's not stopped raining. I think someone's just been fucked by the AI. Which is normally me. Oh, and he's even hit the barrier. That's peak. That is peak. Okay. Things may be looking bad for D-Spreen now. This is why you don't call your driver of the day too early, lads. Most people seem to be going back onto the Inters, apart from Flex Marcel. And obviously we're now caught up with the safety car. Deadwood Bear has been overtaken by Head Wedge through the pits. See Funky without a wing. Oh no, he does have a wing, it's just one of those poor ones you can't really see. As there goes D-Spreen. Fleck, too Funky, you've kind of got your overtake thing a bit, yeah. So now, the top two are basically, have both gone to the Inters. D-Spreen going back into the pits. I think TJ should go into the pits. And he's basically just holding the rest of the pack up. Beaverman able to stay out, obviously, with Bazooka Joe. Flex probably back in, yep. So anyone who went onto the wets has now just decided, nope, Inters. And if things stay as they are, Beaverman and Bazooka Joe, both of them look like, you know, that they can, well, do some damage here. I also think they can be driver of the day, but still. Flex ourselves ended up behind Deadwood Bear. Neo and Lironix. That's the fight for the top two at the moment. Beaverman could join it. However, unsure if he'll be able to continue being a part of it once the safety car's back in. Obviously, we have to wait for that to happen. So we'll basically start on lap 33 and go for 4 laps. We'll have 4 laps of racing. I wonder what will happen in these 4 laps. I really do. A Legend and Anton's career is over. Oh, and T-Funky's just been disqualified. That's peak. Congrats, Bucks, and you just earned yourself a point. That's actually peak. Safety car is in this lap, and luckily the top 5 are all there. And heck, even TJ's there now. So basically everyone's here. Everybody's here except Waluigi. Wah. So it's going to be a race to the line. No matter what happens to the weather, it is just a race to the end. It is whoever's fastest on the Inters. So, good luck, guys. Enjoy doing time trial times. The Ironics does seem to have a good little grip on first place for now. Oh, TJ's just somehow crashed. But we are away. And there's a dive bomb for second place. Wow. Beaverman. really just did that dive. I don't think it was the cleanest. I'll need to see Neo's point of view and Beaverman's. D-Spreen though, able to get the move done on Bazooka Joe. We had a few good overtakes here. Camera just went a bit funny there. Bazooka Joe trying his best to get round the outside of D-Spreen is not going to work. And in fact, he may have head wedge to deal with. Flex Marcel also looking to get on the back of TJ. Seems to be the only driver at the moment. Yeah, out of this big fight. Deadwood Bear closing in on head wedge, but head wedge has got a good exit here. Unfortunately, I don't think Deadwood Bear's going to be able to get this down this back straight. Well, main straight, sorry. You can also see Neo closing the gap to Beaverman. Going for the outside line, but gets a better acceleration away. Ooh, that was dirty. You leave your opponent space, but you don't close the door completely. Especially not when they're right beside you. D-Spreen looking to make that move, just not close enough. Head wedge right on the back of Bazooka Joe. I don't support anyone on this tier, but my heart is telling me that I want head wedge to try his best and get this done. I really do, I don't know why. Beaverman has lost time to Neo. Neo now has basically a lap. And, 2 laps to try and close in on Lyronix. D-Spreen not going to have to make the move here. Is again getting slightly pushed out. Beaverman completely goes in front of him there for the inside line. D-Spreen keeping it clean, as it looks like the Beaverman will live one more day. However, it could be all over and done within the next few corners, to be honest. I mean, D-Spreen all over the back of him. Like with this battle here, everyone is just on each other. And if this was a dry, I mean, you would call this one of the best battles ever. Unfortunately, it's the wet. I mean, it's very unlikely for people to make an overtake. I mean, I think that the closest person to be able to make an overtake here will be Flex. D-Spreen losing time to Beaverman in front, and that Flex did make that overtake on TJ. See Flex trying to double the out points he can get today. It's the last lap of the race. That means it just counts. And these two are, they are fighting to the wire. And this is what you'd love to see. Bazooka Joe's also joined them. He's been able to get away from this little fight. But unfortunately, I don't think D-Spreen's going to be able to have that. Flex Marcel's looking at the Ferrari though. Oh, and it... Unfortunately, the move just wasn't theirs. Oh, he also didn't notice TJ either. Unfortunately, those two have collided. There are time penalties. I'm actually not sure how this race is going to end up. What I can tell you is there is a Red Bull about to cross the line to take the checkered flag as Lyronix wins, followed closely by Neo. Beaverman will take third across the line, but be beaten by Bazooka Joe, D-Spreen, Deadwood Bear and Head Wedge and Flex Marcel. Jeez. Wow. Wow. I don't know what on earth just happened, but Beaverman does get the Cody's driver of the day. And obviously we're not going to do that, we're going to have a poll for that. I love that. I love these dances. But anyway, it will be Leronix on pole, for the win, followed by both the Renaults. Bazooka Joe taking third, and XL Neo in second. And it's actually a German, 1, 2, 3. Unbelievable scenes here. Bazooka Joe has made his way onto the podium after starting 13th. Leronix and Bazooka Joe also the only two not to get time penalties. Beaverman down into 9th. However, its teammate Barton's back also getting points as well. And I'm actually not... Wow. Wow. D-Spreen, super unlucky there not to get on the podium. How about one time penalty? That 1 3-second time penalty cost him that podium. Deadwood Bear 5th, TJ 6th, Flex in 7th, followed by Headwedge and Beaverman. But anyway guys, that is it for this week. Hop over to F2 and you can watch the end of the race. But I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.